Happy Sunday and welcome to Scriptural Daily Devotional today, 29th September 2024. My name is Cynthia Whitesman. Our scripture of the day is 1 Samuel 17:34-36, and it says, "But David said to Saul, 'Your servant used to keep his father's sheep, and when a lion or a bear came and took a lamb out of the flock, I went out after it and struck it and delivered the lamb from its mouth. And when it arose against me, I caught it by its beard and struck and killed it. Your servant has killed both lion and bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, seeing he has defied the armies of the living God.'" God actually prepared David for this battle with Goliath as a very young shepherd. A lion attacked the lambs, and David fought the lion and killed it. A bear came against the sheep, and David battled with the bear and also killed it. All this while, God was preparing David to fight Goliath. Normally, this is God's system for preparation. God orders our step into a particular purpose and expects us to be faithful and diligent in that purpose, because our diligence in God's purpose for our lives determines our promotion. He calls us to be faithful right where He has placed us. Then our faithfulness where we are will be used by God to attain a greater height. Proverbs 22:29 says, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men." You are a sales girl now, and you're crying and asking God why. But it is just part of the process, because your faithfulness to your madam now is what will open the door of the company that will hire you. You will go for that interview in 3 years' time and meet people who are more qualified than you. You will enter the office and they will tell you to your face that you don't fit the requirements, but there is something about you that seems cool and makes them comfortable to give you the job. They don't know what happened. Even you can't understand. And like Mary, you say, "How can this be?" But your faithfulness to your mother 3 years ago was what opened that door for you. The God bless that girl. She's so helpful that your madam said went as a spirit to wait for you in your future. When you hear people say they don't know what happened, they don't know how it happened, it is because they already fulfilled the requirements in the spirit. So it does not matter what the physical requirement is. And if you decide to sleep with men for money, or as a man, you go through an ungodly route just to avoid being a sales girl or boy, or just to avoid doing that thing you feel is demeaning for you, you have altered God's plan and may never achieve God's will for your life. You may be making money, but the devil will be the one sponsoring that lifestyle. You will automatically be fulfilling the devil's will for your life. If David ran away from the lion or the bear, he would never have been ready to fight Goliath. But he was faithful then. He knew God was with him. So God anointed him king because He knew he would be faithful. You may be a legislative aide now, and your boss wants to sleep with you, or as a man, or he wants you to do something dubious or manipulate figures for him on his behalf. Say no with your full chest, no matter the consequence. Philippians 4:8 says, "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things." They may call you a fool for not doing what they want, but in a few years after you must have left that job, you'll be looking for someone who will be the minister of finance, and your name will come up. "I know him, he will never manipulate figures." And that's how people are appointed for seats they never thought they would ever sit on. Colossians 3:23, New King James Version says, "And whatever you do, do it heartily, as to the Lord and not to men." NLT version says, "Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people." Your faithfulness today determines your promotion tomorrow. Have a beautiful Sunday.